Inside the Man Cave with Johnny Compian.
Oh, yeah. Hey, put your finger in my fun hole.
It's beautiful.
Graphic language will be used throughout this show.
Game over, bitches.
Inside the Man Cave podcast show. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny Compian and all the social media pages that you follow. I'm sure that I'm on them, like TikTok, IG, Meta, all the other ones. But I think the important one is YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. And give me some more followers, man. I'm stuck at 20 right now, and I'm thankful because like I've said before, I asked for 10 because I was sitting at 4 for a while. And I'm cool with that. It's not a big deal. But I'm trying to reach a goal now. I want to hit 50, so help me out. Tell your friends about it, your neighbors, your cousins, anybody that wants to listen. I would surely appreciate the support. And because we all do these TikTok videos. I never thought I would be doing that, and I've jumped aboard and started doing some videos, small little videos. I'm still new at it. I focus on other stuff, but you know, you can do some really cool things if you want. If you're doing this kind of thing and you want to get some attraction, you know, on your site, you can do some cool videos and link them up. That always helps. But man, I appreciate all the support. I put out a new podcast last night. It was about an hour. Did some stuff on the NFL training camps. It was good stuff. Share it with your friends. And tonight I'm back with some more because I can't get enough of the NFL right now. And yeah, we did see that Hall of Fame game. Last Thursday? Yeah, last Thursday, NFL game. I mean, the NFL Hall of Fame game. And Thursday we're going to get our first preseason football game. And after that, I think it's Friday, Saturday, and I don't know about Sunday. But I have the schedule somewhere. I'm sure you've seen it. If you're an NFL freak like me, you're already all over it. But tonight, you know, it's crazy because it's Monday night. Oh, Tuesday night. Yeah, see, I'm lost. I was up really late doing this video last night. You know, I've only slept a couple of hours. I'm kind of off a little bit. So bear with me, okay? Just stick with me. I promise everything will make sense at the end. Or it might not to you. I know it does to me. Yeah, but I thought on Monday that I was going to get some NFL porn. And it didn't happen. I looked around and was like, oh, it's not till Tuesday. I was like, okay. So today we got NFL porn. NFL porn, you say? It's Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks on HBO.
This is the time to focus. Continue to grow and develop for our fundamentals. We got to apply pressure. From this time last year, we're at a higher level. These guys are really competing. They're smart. are relentless. These guys will be terror in the league.
This year's team is the Detroit Lions. And there's a lot of good, they got a good pick in the draft. So it was cool. Some of the stuff that happened, if you didn't watch it yet, I don't want to ruin it for you. It's cool. Yeah, it's the Lions, but I was kind of underestimating the whole thing, because I'm like, it's the Detroit Lions. I'd rather see another team, but no, man, it's there's always cool storylines. There's always cool storylines that come along with these packages they put together that the NFL people do, and I think they got a ton of cameras all over the place, so you have to watch out. And anytime they had the Cowboys on, it was, everybody watched it. That was the thing, when the Cowboys were on, it was cool in Oxnard. But any team, if you're a football fanatic and you just want to see what goes on behind the scenes, how they do their cuts, and who's competing for jobs, and just the personalities on the teams that you don't get to see, once the NFL season starts, because then it's just total business. But it's a really cool show. I watch it every year. It's something that you plan around. I know I do. That's what I'm saying. I'm an NFL freak. To me, I'm like, anything, today I sat around, did a couple things, and I had the NFL Network on because they got, camping 24/7. I'm exaggerating, but it starts early in the morning, and all day long they're going through different teams, and they're talking to the coaches and the players and the quarterbacks and, whoever's competing for jobs. It's really cool. I dig it. It's better than anything that is on TV, in the morning. So it's really good right now. It's like Christmas for me. So yeah, it was cool to see, and I don't know, it was weird because it started at 9 Central, and I thought it was an hour long, and they finished early, like at 9:42. It was over. It was weird, and they didn't do anything, any post promo stuff to promote the next episode. Normally they do that. I don't know what was going on. I fell short, but I got my fix. The music they play for Hard Knocks is just cool. I love it. And yeah, you can get it and download it and put it on your phone or whatever if you want to nerd out. But for me, it's like I needed to play then. Then I know that it's football time. So yeah, it's great to have Hard Knocks back. So now every Tuesday we're gonna have attention watching TV. So set your alarms, whatever you have to do. Gather the family. Everybody just kind of gather around. I made my own little pizza. I made a little Supreme on a air fryer. So I buy everything, all the ingredients to put together these miniature pizzas, and man, they're fantastic. Today I made one. I made a Supreme pizza. You know what? I have some of that. I have some pictures of the pizzas that I've made on TikTok. So look for me on TikTok. You can go check out the pics, man. And I didn't take one picture. I think this was the best pizza I've made so far. I've been doing it for maybe about 4 months. And so it's like pizza and beer, right? It's perfect. Hard Knocks, pizza, beer. Yeah. It's a major treat, man. So yeah, go if you get a chance, go to the TikTok page. I think there's a few pictures in there, but man, I wish I would have taken that picture, of tonight's pizza. It was fascinating. Anyway, there was something I talked about a while back. It was about Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy had been going through a lot. He had a neck injury, a lingering injury that he had to get surgery. And there was a lot of questions that were going on social media and some of the rock outlets that are out there on Twitter. And they were, kind of questioning, like, is that the end of Ozzy? Will he make it back? Rehab. And man, I had my concerns because he wasn't moving around too much. But man, I said it. I said it. He will be back. I don't know when and where. And you know what? It was a lot sooner than I thought. See, I saw this video last night. They closed out him and Tony Iommi in Birmingham. They closed out the Commonwealth Games, and it was amazing. Ozzy just looked wicked. It was in a different, he had to be, they lifted him up off from the bottom of the stage, and that's where he said he was stationary. He couldn't, Ozzy, if you've seen Ozzy in concert before, Ozzy loves to move from the left stage to the right stage. I mean, he's all over the place. And it was kind of weird that he was propped up, not propped up, but yeah, he had like a bar behind him where he could lean on. And you can tell he's he's still in recovery mode. But he looked great, man. He looked great. He looked just evil as hell. Vintage Ozzy. And what a great way to bring him back. You bring him back in Birmingham. And with Tony Iommi, and they play two Black Sabbath tunes. If you get a chance, check out the video. When Ozzy starts singing, and first it starts with Tony Iommi. Yeah, I was, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys ever saw Tony Iommi live in concert, but that guy he's just amazing on guitar. Growing up, I was a huge Ozzy fan and Black Sabbath. So when I listened to Sabbath, I was always just mesmerized by Tony Iommi's rhythms and just how his style, the evilness that he brought out, from that axe. I was just fascinated by it. So, of course, years later, all of a sudden this video comes up and my jaw is on the ground. Like, whoa. It was awesome. Very impressed with it. Man, Ozzy, he surprised a lot of people. He sounded just on point. And he was so happy. You can see that in his face. How happy he was to be back on the stage. He even said it. And it made me feel good inside because a lot of people thought that was the end of Ozzy. He got COVID, and Sharon was concerned about Ozzy, and when Sharon was concerned, it concerned all the fans. Everybody was like, "Oh no," but Ozzy kind of coming out and showing his face and kind of letting everybody know, like, hey, you know what? I'm still here. You doubters, I'm back, baby. So, and his new album's about to drop. So yeah, it's a perfect time. And they actually had the that 25-foot Ozzy doll. They had it in LA over the weekend. That's when they had in San Diego at Comic-Con. So they brought it back out. It was a huge hit. People wanted pictures of it. Like I said, I should have told my brother to go out there and get an actual picture, because I got one online, but it would have been cool to have an actual picture of this monstrous Ozzy and to post it, right? Man, it was just great to see. It was very, very just kind of just relief that Ozzy came out and did such a great job. Go look at the video. You know, they're closing out the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And it's just it's amazing stuff. Very impressed by it. Tweet at me at Johnny Compian. Tell me what you feel about it. Check it out. You know, if you're an Ozzy, a Black Sabbath fan, and you know what that tells me? That Ozzy is getting his legs back a little, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm ready to go on the road and do a couple shows here and there, which would be cool. I haven't seen Ozzy in a few years, and I've talked about on this podcast that I was fortunate enough to hang out and have a couple of beers with Ozzy. It was cool. It was cool, and one day I'll open up about it and, you know, talk about all the things that happened that night and how it was and what I got to do. You know, I'll even put some pictures up. So, yeah, so that's why when you see things and you hear things on social media, because that's where a lot of people come and you know, they look at the trends and the whatever's it's going on, people are clicking on it and they're keeping up with it. So whatever you're putting out there, you know, people follow along. And when you see something of somebody that you look up to and you appreciate their work and their craft, you know, Ozzy's been, you know, he's a legend. He's a legend. And I can't imagine a world without Ozzy, because, you know, it's one of those things that you got to talk about, right? We lost a lot of great musicians in the last few years, and in the last 2 years we have as well. I mean, it's been rough. It's been very rough in the rock and roll world. So, you know, having Ozzy around still, and you see that, it's promising, man, that you will get to see him tour again, and he'll come to your town and you go crazy, like he's always saying, and just fucking enjoy it. Ozzy shows are great. I love going to Ozzy shows. I've seen him plenty of times. It's always fun, especially when you're drinking a lot of beer and just, you know, just indulging in everything that a concert has to offer, right? And speaking of that, speaking of concerts and everything that it brings with all the craziness, right? That rock and roll kind of, you know, what it is, right? We all know it. Speaking of that, the stadium tour, we are actually on countdown in Texas, in San Antonio. We will see Joan Jett, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison. Man, they are making their way. They started their second leg already, and I think they played in Boston and Toronto. And all the pictures that are coming out, they're just having a blast. You know, but there's when the crew and that bunch of guys come into your city, you know, this thing's we got to talk about this, because you got to hide your girlfriends and your wives, you know, because it gets crazy at a Motley Crue concert. It gets pretty wild. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be on a Sunday night here on the 21st of this month of August. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be one of those all-day drink fest, right? Where, well, maybe 24-hour drink fest. Who knows? I know there's going to be a lot of alcohol, a lot of hot women. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? Hot women? Oh, okay. Wait. Yeah, I forgot what year it is. Well, we don't know yet. So I guess there'll be a lot of women there in San Antonio. And they get crazy. When the music starts going and they start listening to Joan Jett, and they start listening to Poison, you know, Bret Michaels getting the crowd going, and you know, as women are getting all primed up for that Motley and Def Leppard. Ooh, yeah, you definitely want to hide your girlfriends, your wives, hide them. They are coming to our town, and things will happen. Things get crazy. So it'll be on a Sunday. So it'll be. Imagine if it was on a Saturday night. Oh God. So, but I don't think it matters. It's a Sunday night, and people are gonna get crazy. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited, but there's a couple of things that you know, I saw them on the final tour, and I saw them on the final tour, and I hate the way they do the playlist. Right? They'll play the same thing. They won't change it up much. If they do, it's for a special occasion. But normally, when they're already towards the end, or they're kind of like, you know what, let's just go. Especially at that time, I think they were just kind of ready to get away from each other. So they're like, you know what, let's just go through the fucking motions, get these songs done, so let's get the hell out of here. Because there was a lot of chatter about how, you know, on that final tour, all those that band, they didn't even like travel together. They had their own buses and stuff, and they still do, but you know, then it was like I think they travel as a pack right now. I don't know if they did then. They just met up in the city. So, you know, I'm like very excited about this. Huge Motley fan since my early ages. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Because who knows? Who knows if they're gonna make it back again? Right? Who knows? And how long? Are they going to go out on their own after they're done with the stadium tour? Because it wraps up in Las Vegas. And who knows? They're going to probably walk away for a little bit. And, you know, hopefully they're thinking about new music. And maybe going on the road on their own, because they can do that. You know, but they got to do it pretty quick. Once you get going and you got the reps in, just keep that momentum. Don't sit around another year. You got to keep going. So maybe take a couple weeks off and announce it and go. It'll be cool to see that. Because right now on the stadium tour, Def Leppard and Motley Crue are switching, the headline spot. So they're kind of going back and forth. So I don't know exactly where they're at right now. I don't know if we're going to get Motley as a co-headliner when they play here on the 21st. So I hope not. I hope they headline. I mean, I respect Def Leppard. I love the early Def Leppard stuff. So I'd rather see Motley headline. No offense, Def Leppard. You guys are good live. So yeah, it's going to be a huge day in San Antonio in about a week. So start preparing yourself. Start taking your liver right. Start doing all the things. Hydrate. Start hydrating right now. Don't be like me, already drinking and kind of prepping for it. So hydrate. Hide your girlfriends and your wives. And be ready for just pure madness. And before I go, I want to throw in some new music that I'm listening to right now, and it's called A to Z, and it's from a local guy that is from San Antonio, who plays with Fates Warning. He's the lead singer of Fates Warning. His name is Ray Alder. I follow this guy. I've been a huge Fates Warning fan. And it's cool because I've never met Ray before, but I know Bobby Jerzombic, who was the drummer of Fates Warning. And right now he's doing stuff with George Strait. So he's touring with George Strait. I don't know about. I got to ask him, how that's going to go or how he's going to handle that. But I'm sure he's going to go full time with George Strait. But man, Ray Alder, he's a really great singer. I think he lives in Spain. I think he's his permanent residence is in Spain because I follow him on Twitter. And man, I'm just like, there was a band, a solo project that he put together. The band is called Engine, and they put out two CDs because they didn't do any vinyl. I don't think, not that I know of. That's a great question. Maybe there is. I'm sure there is. There has to be. But that band Engine was so good. I'd like to get Ray on and talk about some of those projects. He's done so many, and he's got this new one, A to Z. It's just the one song. I've already purchased the vinyl. I think it's coming out in October. It's a cool cover. Check it out. I don't know the record label. I'll put it on my Twitter page. I will post it up on my Twitter page. Check it out. I'll put a link to it. Go check out this new music by A to Z from Ray Alder, a San Antonio native, now residing in Spain. But he still loves this city. I know that for a fact. Because he's from San Antonio, man. The guy, it's a great place. For music at the time that he was around, when the music scene in San Antonio was hot and different from, it's non-existent now. So that's the time I'm talking about, because right now there's really nothing going down. There's a couple shows that are going on here and there, but you really don't have the support and just, I don't know, you get passed up a lot by Austin. Austin brings a lot of shows in. So we need to catch up with that. This would be great. There's great places here. There's some cool spots that somebody can transform into a cool, intimate venue. And man, you can kind of bring in some good groups in here. I wish somebody would step up and do that. That would be really cool for the city. Because man, we miss out on a lot. There's a lot of stuff that goes through Austin and doesn't even, sniff San Antonio. But I digress. Go pick up that new A to Z from Ray Alder, that vinyl. Tweet at me at Johnny Compian on Twitter. And you can also support the podcast show on anchor.fm/Johnny5150.